Welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. We are getting ready to do some gameplays of Dune Imperium over on your channel. This is Brian from Game Brigade.
Game Brigade.
And this is one of your favorite games.
This is. Dune is a deck building worker placement game, and it has become quickly one of my top games.
Nice. So I have everything here, I believe.
Yep.
Except you're pointing out that I'm missing some promos.
One promo card, yeah.
What's the promo card I'm missing?
Two. I don't know the names of them because I'm missing the one that came with this one.
Okay.
The base game included a promo. I never got it. Rise of Vix and Immortality both came with one, but you do have the Immortality one.
Okay.
They're not needed for gameplay purposes.
I got everything at PAX.
Yep.
And Immortality was brand new at PAX.
Yep. And in fact, that was the only time you could have gotten it if you didn't pre-order.
Oh, really?
So these are pre-order promos, and the only time they sold it other than that was at PAX. So that was your only opportunity to get that.
Now, I have played Dune Imperium before.
Okay.
I remember enjoying it, but I have heard that the expansions even more greatly enhance that experience. This is one of the lineup of worker placement deck building games with a little bit more emphasis on some resource management, some combat, like tactical positioning.
No tactical.
It's not positioning, but it's like where you are on that chart matters when you're going head to head. That's what I mean by tactical positioning.
I think a lot of people compare this game to Lost Ruins of Arnak. I think the biggest thing for me is this game has a lot more of a deck building feel to me, which I very much appreciate.
What's that statue thing I got? Is that for an app?
Yeah, it's nothing.
In all the known universe, there is no more precious resource than the spice melange, found only in the harsh desert planet of Arrakis, also known as
Arrakis.
Dune.
Arrakis, yeah.
Yeah. Control of the spice is a focal point of the conflict among the great houses of the Imperium. In its pursuit, those vying for power seek alliances and support to structure their positions. The government, councilors, and the Landsraad, the Chaum Company, and the Unstable Hunger Prophet. For the far-sighted Bean Gazert.
Ben Jenner?
Ben Jenner.
He threw me off by saying dessert.
The Spacing Guild, with its
that's
monopoly on fold space travel. The Fremen, resilient warriors of the desert. Even the Emperor himself is not above the struggle.
You got that right.
For domains.
The Emperor? You got the word Emperor right?
You got Emperor right.
Okay, so there's a few things going on here. You're going to have your land areas out here. We're going to be able to put out and get resources from these locations. You got position tracks here where you're establishing relationship with various different factions throughout the course of the game.
Yep.
You're also going to be getting cards from these areas. And then this is where I meant by tactical positioning.
Correct.
You're going to have a little bit of combat here, very abstracted combat, where depending on where you are and how you're actually engaging in the battle, or if you decide to engage in the battle, you'll be shifting up and down on this track a little bit.
Correct. Now, you mentioned that there's a lot of talk that the expansions enhance the base game.
So that's what I want to find out with this unboxing is what do these expansions actually do?
So, first off, I mentioned I didn't have the promo for Dune, and that's because I heard the same thing about the expansions. So I waited till Rise of X came out, and then that's when I decided to play the game with the expansion.
And these are the different factions that we can play,
These are different, these are the different heroes you're going to be playing as, and they have different asymmetrical abilities.
We got some wooden meeples.
Yep, and most
cubes.
of these will be replaced.
Wooden dials. Oh, really? These will all be... I'm a big fan of wooden
Except for these. These will not be replaced.
I'm a big fan of wooden bits. So, you're telling me I got to replace this?
Those are going to be replaced in your expansion.
I'm going to be honest.
Ooh.
You're going to have to really impress me to make me not want to play with these cubes. And I'll let you know if I'm impressed or not.
Baggies.
Bag of baggies.
More
Baggies are always good.
And then we got some cards. These are going to be the deck building portion of the game.
Yep.
We're actually going to be playing the game. Playing a game. All right, let's talk about these expansions because everyone's already familiar with Dune Imperium. What is going on with these expansions?
Rise of Vix is the next expansion, and this one adds basically a change to the main board.
Let me confirm. This is going in that box.
All of this will fit in that big box.
Amazing.
There you go. It's beautiful. Jeez. Have some reverence for your games, Jesse. Why don't you just stab it through next
Well, because I didn't know what was in it.
Let me read some flavor text in
I'm
there,
not opposed to that, but I didn't know what it was in it. No flavor text in this one.
Oh, that's a shame.
No flavor text.
I could have definitely mispronounced some more stuff.
That is true. It's a very nice knife, by the way.
Yeah, I don't want to play with it.
More dials. All right, what's going on here?
We're adding some more faction heroes we're going to play. At the top, you can see there's little pips. Those indicate how difficult those guys are to play.
I'm taking the hardest. Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
100%. There's only one 4-star. We're fighting over
There's some
her.
more in here as well.
Yeah, there's probably.
So the biggest change to this game is it adds a change to the main board, which is what you're opening here. So at the top of the main board, this is going to be replacing an entire segment of
Full-on replacing.
Yep, it'll cover.
Interesting.
So this whole section up here is replaced with this new board. And this was for balancing efforts, and it also
is that like they they wish they'd made it different,
like,
and they
we could have done a little.
So I have never
we could have done
played.
better.
Yeah,
I've never played Dune without the expansions.
Interesting.
So I've never played this, but from what I'm told, the way this worked was not very good. So this cleaned it up, and it adds a new track for players to play with. You also have now a tech tree, which adds more asymmetrical options, which are these here. These are the techs that you can open up.
More cards.
These ones right here.
More bits.
These are techs.
And technology. Is this technology for each individual player?
So you are going to be having, basically, when you play them out, they're going to be face down right here. You'll have one that's face up that's available for purchase. And so these are now worker placement spots you can go to buy tech. So these are then things.
And you just stick your cube on it, and you're like,
no, you're gonna place this down by your board, which will then flip.
You
up.
actually get it.
Yep, it'll be a way to change your faction, adding more possibilities to your gameplay. So and this also includes a new figure for the combat, which is the Dreadnought, which enhances the combat mode a little bit. Which are these right here? These are the Dreadnoughts.
Are you an advocate for just literally mix everything together?
Yeah. So I
in Dune Imperium, you told me that you were like, this is one of those where
I think the way
you just kind of mix everything, right?
The way it integrates is very easily done, and when I teach people this game that are brand new, I just do it all. Just play it all. Put them all in there. This one is the only one I would have a little bit of hesitancy to, and that's depending on how comfortable my friends are, the people I'm teaching the game are.
In terms of just mixing it in there?
Yeah, in terms of the complexity that it's offering.
Oops.
Yeah.
Is there flavor?
I got the rule book a little bit
in there.
So Immortality is going to be adding a whole new board as well, and this one looks complex, but it's not very. But it adds a new.
I was trying to freak you out, and like you're just like
just going with it. You're literally Jesse. This is what can I expect from the week or the couple of days I've been here. Yeah. This is normal.
The Bean Teleglix. They are a powerful fringe society in the Imperium, specializing in genetic engineering. House leaders must carefully consider the cost of dealing with them, both financial and ethical. Teleluctul replacement organs are widely used throughout the Imperium, but their genetic grafting programs and hybrid creations are looked upon with suspicion.
Okay. So this expansion is going to be adding an entirely new board, which you put out here.
You know,
and this is bringing up.
So you can breathe it yourself.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
This is bringing up.
These bags are dangerous. If you don't have holes in them. Terrifying.
Brings up a whole new deck building option.
You never know when I'm going to just commit to breathing through.
And that's why I don't necessarily always recommend this one, because it adds another layer on top of the deck building. But I do think it's still very good. It also corrected a major problem Dune had, which is with the buy, where you buy your cards from. We now have the ability to clear that board and add more cards to our collection to buy from. That's what these are, one-use tokens. So that's effectively all the game here.
You told me this was going to replace my wooden bits, though.
Some of them, yeah, not all of them.
So I can cut into this one as well?
Not in the manner you've been. You can do whatever. It's your game. You can do whatever you want with your product.
No. The only reason why I was getting rid of those boxes is so that I didn't have the unyielding desire to keep them like I do sometimes.
So you should stab that one.
Are you the type that will keep empty boxes for way too long?
Yeah, I've got games that I think I might sell at some point.
You have all of Too Many Bones, even though you have the
so I keep
trove chest.
Only the main box, and that's because it's in my display of my studio.
Okay.
So I am the type that will genuinely hold on to empty boxes for months on end. That box is not needed. This little box is not needed.
Yep.
Even the Dune Imperium box, which I don't want to destroy, but it's not needed because this is a giant storage. I cannot get this open. Help me. This is a giant storage box with some upgraded components for all of that.
Correct. There were miniatures that I'm sure are very tasty.
Oh my god, here we go.
It needs more weight.
Yep.
It doesn't have that card in it at the moment. Okay. So you're telling me...
Ooh, there's a coin in there.
Ooh.
I want to touch the coin.
So the first player coin obviously is going to replace the worm token that comes with it.
I like the coin.
That is really nice.
These are going to replace some of the cardboard circle bits. These are going to be the new faction leader.
I love when minis
tokens.
replace cardboard circles.
Yep.
And these look actually like very nice minis.
And then these are the player workers that you'll be sending out. So there's 3 for each faction that kind of goes with the theme. And then these are what are going to be placing the cubes for the soldiers.
I like these less than cubes.
You can make your decision and do whatever you want.
Like these less
the thing that is frustrating with it is the dreadnoughts.
Because I like that cubes can like stack and layer.
These are dreadnoughts. These little, I don't know what you want to call them. They are not replaced. So if you do play, you're going to have wooden bits with plastic bits.
Okay. Now, are these designed to like pop out and be playable?
So these are just for easy storage. I usually don't use them. This is what is intended for your resources. I don't like how tall it is because you're just going to dump like your water and your spice in here. And they're kind of too deep for, like that's really deep. Bro. He's just throwing silicon there. It literally says, do not eat.
Well,
it says don't ingest.
Yeah,
You're a literal toddler.
Silk joke. Do not. Well, what is eating really?
It's
That's a good question.
swallowing.
Yeah, it's swallowing.
So these are resource containers. Obviously, you can do what you want with that. I will pull these out and still use them, but I just feel like they are tall.
Silica is a fantastic diuretic.
Okay.
If you eat it, this is the trick. They don't want you to have to go buy real diuretics. If you eat it, your body will reject everything inside of it.
And it'll all come back up.
Force it all out.
I am not.
Sure.
This is not medical advice.
When did I claim it was medical advice?
That is basically the messy unboxing.
This is actually really sturdy plastic.
That is. Don't bend that. That's part of the insert. You use that for putting stuff into it.
Do you actually?
Yes.
Stop bending it.
It's got parts for the boards to go to.
You put stuff on that.
Yeah.
I am putting stuff. I'm putting pressure on it.
Don't do the bending thing.
No? You said to put pressure on it. You said put stuff on it.
Thank you for watching. Honestly, we just want. I've had this in shrink for a little bit. We wanted to open it up. We're gonna play it now. That's when we open games to play them, to do the whole game thing.
Yeah, it'll be fun to get it out.
So we'll organize this, learn how to play, and then slowly terrify Mr. Game Brigade himself.
Oh my God, you're right.